the stadium. Time to target 30 seconds.
Copy. All shadows this net. Listen up. In the last 24.
Allegiance intercepted comms traffic coming from the stadium. The source of that chatter may be Victor Zakhaev himself. We roll this bastard up, there'll be bonuses all around. Stand by.
Lurch to Rose. You ready to start this fire?
Always. You know that.
That's what I like to hear. How about some fireworks?
Wait till you hear this. Fuse is lit. Let's let ourselves in.
Copy. Spark it.
Good effect on target, Shadows. Doors open, bring in the birds.
Check, HLZ is marked, touching down.
Shadows, unass and move set.
You see hostile intent? You are clear to engage.
Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Denzel or Lizned, whichever you want to call me, and today Season 5 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare has dropped and has added a butt ton of new stuff for us. Not only have they changed and added a few places in Warzone, such as the train station and the stadium, but they've also added 2 new maps called Harbor and Oil Rig, as well as 2 new weapons, the ISO and the AN-94. Without further ado though, let's get into what the patch notes have to say about the new stuff that has been added, the new fixes that they're adding both to Modern Warfare and Warzone. I'm not going to say anything about the playlist updates because those are bound to change at some point, but for now we're just going to go over the general fixes of the latest patch. If you are not subscribed, you should go ahead and subscribe, because later this evening I will be dropping a live stream where me and some friends go off and play the new updates to the Warzone map. The footage you're looking at here in the background is of the new maps Oil Rig and Harbor, also of me using the AN-94 and the ISO. I'll talk about those here in a little bit, but for now, let's get into the general fixes. First of all, they added Weapon Inspect. Yes, it's finally back. With the press of the I key on your keyboard, you can inspect your weapon. Not sure how you do it on console, but on keyboard, you can press the I key and you will hold your weapon up, ready to show the world its glory, what it all looks like. And, it's kind of a cool feature. It's great for YouTubers like myself, because we can use it to get our thumbnails. They've added a fix for an issue where the store bundle images would get stuck on previous bundle images when scrolling on PC. They've added a fix that prevents screen tearing. They've added a fix for an issue where Price and Gaz occasionally lose their eye models while navigating various menus. That's kind of weird. They fixed a bug where the headshots only option is set in a custom game and the male operator hitboxes weren't functioning properly. They've also added a fix for an issue where the default scope on the Rytec AMR could not be customized. They fixed a bug where care packages, juggernauts, and emergency airdrops were not getting properly refunded to the player if getting too many vehicles refunding killstreak message was coming up in the custom games. They've now made it where stopping power rounds are now preserved on dropped weapons. So you might be lucky to pick up a weapon in Warzone that has someone else's stopping power rounds in it. They've added a brief decay period when transitioning from heavy footsteps, like sprint and tactical sprint, to lighter footsteps, such as walking. And this would address the fact that players would immediately become quiet upon slowing down from fast movements. They've also fixed a bug where the player's choice of weapon, fire, and scope states were not being saved and restored after interacting with the sentry gun, shield turret, and care package. Now, for Modern Warfare specifically, the multiplayer portion of the game, there is a fix for an invisible collision appearing in the Barraquette Promenade map. They added a fix for a bug where the 23-inch RPK barrel was appearing broken in-game and in the gunsmith menu. They added a fix for an exploit where players were able to give themselves unlimited ammo. They fixed it for an exploit using the recon drone and care package. Not sure what that exploit was, but whatever it is, Can't do it anymore. It's fixed. The PKM Bludgeoner will also now gather ammo from any other PKM weapon. They fixed an issue where players were hearing the missed hit voiceover recording for the precision airstrike when right after calling it in. They added a voiceover line for when players of high alert warning was triggered, and they fixed an issue where players could receive wallbang kills while shooting through other players. Now on to the bug fixes of Warzone specifically. There's new Warzone loot items. The Gulag weapons will now rotate every week between 4 sets total. An increased effective damage range for all semi-auto DMR and semi-auto sniper rifles. They've increased the effective damage range of the FR556. They've fixed a bug where the player's physics could not be controlled by the helicopter while they parachute out. They fixed a bug where the player's physics could be controlled by the helicopter while they parachute out. I'm not entirely sure what they mean by that, but they fixed a bug where the player's physics could be controlled. That's confusing. Moving on. They fixed an issue where players were unable to call in any airstrikes. They fixed an issue for seeing invalid pings on the heartbeat sensor. They added a new voiceover line that warns players of enemy recon drones being called in near them, Battle Royale only. And previously, the Most Wanted contract could respawn dead players. Now, it can respawn players in the Gulag in any state. Huh. So that's really all the bug fixes for both Warzone and Modern Warfare. They didn't really change a whole lot. They more or less added new things to the game more than changed and fixed previous bugs and glitches. One thing that we should take note of is that there are no weapon changes. The Bruin is still going to be the monster that it is. I'm really surprised that it's not going to be nerfed a little, even just a little bit, or even with the FAL. It's not going to be nerfed at all. But it looks like they are going to add a weapon tuning and other weapon adjustments in a future patch, so we need to stay tuned for their updates. Now, speaking about the weapons, I want to talk here about the AN94 and the ISO. Looking at them both, you can see here now, I am playing a game against bots here because I wanted to show you guys how I would build these weapons if I had them leveled all the way up, and the only way I could do that in the first 5 hours after the patch being released was to play a game against some bots. So here you can see me playing with the AN94 and the ISO. The AN94 seems to struggle at range, which is quite surprising. I find that as the range gets further away, it struggles with it, whereas the ISO seems to not struggle with range as much. I mean, you could change the attachments on it, might make it a little easier or a little harder, but these are the ways that I would have them built. It seems to have the ISO not struggling as hard as the AN94. What is also really strange is that the AN94, as in most other games, such as like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and a lot of other first-person shooters, whenever that gun came into the game, it would have a 2-round burst mode. This version of it in Call of Duty does not have a 2-round burst. It is full auto or single shot. Quite strange, but I think it's going to be an interesting weapon to see how it fares in both Warzone and multiplayer. The ISO, I think, is going to be a strong competitor to go against the Vector in close quarter combat situations. The hipfire seems to be really good, but also the range of it seems to be fairly decent. Alright, well, that's about it from me, everyone, for this video. Those were the bug fixes. These are the 2 new maps. This is the inspect option that you can do with your weapons, and these are the 2 new weapons that you can play with in the Season 5 release. I'm not showing you anything of the Warzone map yet because I'm going to be doing a live stream later on my channel featuring the new maps and playing with some friends, so you should definitely stick around for that. Subscribe if you're not already, hit the bell so you always know when I upload a video. And if you like these videos, please leave me a like and tell me what you liked about it. If you didn't like it, that's fine too. Everyone has their own opinions. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for the next video, and I will see you in the next one.